This is Corita Kent, an artist, activist, and nun born in 1918, and later joined the Sisters of the Immaculate Heart of Mary in Los Angeles. While teaching art at the Immaculate Heart College, she began to experiment with screen printing, which became her signature style. At first, her work was more traditional and religious, reflecting her spiritual background, but even then, she had a really unique way of seeing the world. In the early works, I'll show you The Lord is with Thee, made in 1952. One of her earlier pieces, it shows a more classic, calm side of her art. It uses gentle colors and generally just depicts a really traditional view of religion and the place in life she was at the time. She really started to get her stride in the 1960s with the civil rights movement. This work is called Love You Brother. It depicts Martin Luther King Jr. and R.F. Kennedy. Corita wanted her art to remind people what really matters: compassion and unity, rooted in her religious beliefs. This piece was her way of calling for kindness in the middle of so much hate and violence. This following work was a response to the Vietnam War and her activism through it. It very clearly states "Stop the bombing," a very direct, non-mistaken message. Corita believed that as an artist, there was a responsibility to speak out against any injustice as the voice of this time, this generation, knowing that this work would be perceived in the future and in the years to come to represent the injustice that was happening at the time. Around the same time, she made one of her most well-known works, Enriched Bread, which looks simple at first. It's based on commercial bread packaging, but Corita was very clever with how she used everyday images. Bread has a lot of symbolism around nourishment and Christianity, and it begs us the question, what really nourishes us? Is it products and consumer goods, or is it love, kindness, and justice? Later in 1968, after facing pushback from the church leaders who weren't comfortable with her political messages, Corita left the religious life. But she never stopped creating. Her later works continue to focus on love, peace, and justice until her death in 1986. Today, her influence is everywhere. From graphic design to activist art, artists like Barbara Kruger and even Andy Warhol were deeply, deeply inspired by her work. Corita believed art could be much more than just aesthetic value. It could spark change, spread love, and make people think about the world differently. Thank you for listening.